Hey everyone, it's Johnny, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel, and first and foremost, Happy New Year. It has been a while since I posted. It's the holiday season, what can I say? But we are in a new month and a new year, and I have with me the warmer of the month for January, which is pretty exciting for a couple reasons, as well as the scent. So we're gonna go over it, we'll test it out with colored bulbs, and we'll talk about what I think about the fragrance, which I'm actually warming as I'm filming this video. So let's dive right in. So first and foremost, this is called the Disney DriveIn, and what makes this particular warmer of the month special is that it's our first ever licensed warmer of the month. So the scent of the month is not a Disney licensed scent, so that's pretty exciting in the event that, like, God forbid we were to ever lose our Disney licensing, you could still get that scent. But more especially, this particular warmer is a Disney licensed warmer. And so it's really unique too, because that not only are we offering it, but it still applies with the scent, or I'm sorry, the warmer of the month kind of 10% off discount, which is really exciting. So it's called the Disney Drive-In. And let's talk about what the brochure actually talks about it. So, wax nostalgic, really? Yes, wax nostalgic with this fun warmer that puts you right behind the silhouettes of Disney Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, and Daisy Duck at a classic Disney drive-in. Plus, the intricate metal and glass frame allows you to relive their iconic movie moments. Look closely, can you find all the hidden Mickeys? And who else can you spot at the drive-in? This is a 7-inch tall warmer. It is a 25-watt warmer. And that's pretty exciting, too, that there are hidden Mickeys hidden inside this. So for people who are not familiar or are not quite as into the Disney thing, I guess when you go to the park, there are a bunch of different attractions and places all throughout the park where the Mickey Mouse logo is sort of hidden, and people who are very, very adamant Disney fans know, like, where to look for them, and there's, like, whole blogs and I guess websites about it too, and trying to find them. But there's a ton of them, so it's kind of cool that they incorporated that little neat detail into the design of this warmer. So without further ado, let's open this. Kind of take a look. First of all, the box is great. So if you're gifting this to someone, it still lives up to the sort of Disney hype. It's really cute. And then at the top, I think it's cool when you open it, it says True Love Admit To. So this might be good if you have, like, someone in your life who you're thinking of cozying up with and they like Disney. So this comes with the normal information at the top. And we have our box with our warming dish. So let's pull that out and see what it looks like. So this is not a clear dish. It's actually, wow, that's really cool. It's quite a big dish. It's a black glass. It is translucent. It's not quite transparent. On the sides it kind of is, but because it's so dark, it doesn't kind of show it quite as much. Now, what's really interesting about this dish, because it is Disney licensed, it has the Disney copyright in here, but there's a moon in the warming dish, and it looks like, if I have to be, if I had to guess, it looks like this is a sticker of some sort underneath. So either way, the sticker is underneath the dish, so it won't be in the warming dish where your wax is. So it won't wear out or anything like that. Something to, I'm kind of curious about is to what type of, I'm sure it's like a heat-proof sticker, but what type of sticker that might be, just because you'll be warming in this unless you use it as a decorative lighting. All right, and then we have our warmer. So let me pull that out. Move this out of the way. So it kind of comes pre-assembled, more or less. Now I have a feeling that we're gonna have to take some packaging out just to make sure, you know, we don't warm it with, like, foam pieces in there. But it does come pretty nicely packaged, and that's something I will say about Scentsy in general. We do quite well with the packaging, sometimes a little excessively, but I would rather arrive safely than sorry. So you have your 25-watt bulb, and this is so cool. I love that it's metal on the outside. So if you go in, you're gonna slide this out ever so gently. And as you can see, there's like this metal piece here. So that kind of creates a lip with the glass piece. So when you take this out and you're taking off all the packaging, be mindful of that so that you don't accidentally crack the glass or anything like that as you're trying to take it off. Okay, so let's see. And it is packaged quite well. Okay. So we have, I'll be careful with this. Oh man, they really making me fight to take out all the packaging today. All right, that's what I get for not doing a warmer unboxing video in a while. It's like, what's packaging? How does that work? So it looks like the warmer itself at its core is just a simple glass warmer. And then the metal part is more of like almost like a decorative base for it, if you will, which is not bad. It makes it a little bit nicer than having like the glass lampshade sort of feel that we've had before, which can sometimes be a little bit tricky to navigate and a little bit more delicate. Okay, so let's carefully remove this. And here you go. So here is the warmer itself. Now, it's a glass warmer. And you have the print of a couple scenes here. I think you see, what is it, Mickey and Minnie on this side and Daisy and Donald on the other. Very cute, from more of the vintage sort of Disney feel. And then this, you're gonna want to snake it through this cord through the bottom of your warmer holder, whatever you wanna call it. Okay, and carefully place it down in there. Okay, so the warmer does sit in there nicely. And it kind of aligns really well. So at first I thought it was like it rotated, which it doesn't do like the picture, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you wanted, you could kind of rotate this warmer around in the actual metal base. So as it's kind of situated right now, I have the silhouettes of the two ducks with the silhouette of the ducks in the background, and then the mice and the mice. But you can obviously align it however you want. Okay, now, oh, and I didn't put this on correctly. Oh, look at me. Already failing, Johnny. So, I will say this is a little bit more of a complicated warmer to put together, so just take your time with it. But I promise you, once you get there, it'll be worth it. So, remember this little piece that we talked about earlier. This comes back and goes all the way through and up on this, and it sits like that, okay? All right, so let's put this back in. So many pieces. I actually don't know if I like this more or less than the lampshade warmers in terms of design. Just simply, okay, so what it does is that little metal piece lets it sit on kind of like a lip of the top of this metal framework so that it's not just kind of rolling around, and it's a little bit easier to manipulate. Okay, then we would put our dish on top, and there you have it. That's what the warmer would look like, just set up. Okay, let's go ahead and put our 25-watt light bulb in and see what this looks like lit up. Now, I have the colored bulbs here, so we'll go through them all just so that you can see in case you don't want the traditional clear bulb in there. All right. And where did I put my, there it is. I was like, where did I put my plug? How am I gonna show you guys if I don't plug it in? All right, so again, here's our warmer unlit, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. And that's your warmer. And I love that the cutouts for the cars, the black metal silhouettes, have like the little hearts in the, what are they called? Lights, headlights, taillights. So it's really pretty. It gives a very nice silhouette. They did a really good job. The detail work, especially on the metal work, is really nice. You have a lot of intricate sort of cutting, and it really shows and makes it look beautiful. Okay, so that would be it with the clear bulb. And again, you could rotate this around. So like if you wanted to change the scene behind, you could, right? But that's up to you and your discretion. And then the cord, since it has little legs, it can kind of sit like this and it'll be okay. All right. So that is the clear bulb. I really like that. It's cute. I'm not like a fanatic on Disney, but I do appreciate when they do some really clever things with the more design-oriented warmers and things. I still think like our Cinderella carriage one that we did was just probably one of my favorites, or the Disney Villains Cauldron. But that was because it's also purple. All right, so let's go through the colored bulbs. So now we're gonna do red. And, oh, I actually really like that. So what I do really like about this and the scene behind it is because of how it works, the glow is not super in your face. So some of our warmers, when they glow, just kind of like become a little bit too bright. This looks like, depending on where you want it, you're gonna get a nice soft diffuse glow through the silhouette in the picture behind it without being super obnoxious, especially like if you have it in a less bright room. All right, so I kind of like the red, and that would be really pretty for Valentine's Day. Taking offers for Valentine's early. If you know anyone, let me know. All right, let's move on to our orange bulb. Put that back in. And this gives a kind of nice, more vintage vibe, so it kind of plays into the already nostalgic feel of this warmer, but if you want more of an amber orange glow, you will definitely get it. And you do see the orange tone. It's not just like slightly less clear yellow. Like you really get a nice orange hue to this. Okay, I like that. So far I'm impressed. I'll be curious as once we get to like the dimmer bulbs, how they come through. That will be the real test, as it usually is. Next we have green. I don't know that I would necessarily want green for this warmer, but if you're someone who likes to change your warmers out for the different seasons, or rather don't like to change out your warmers, but like to get a little bit more of a seasonal vibe, we do have like March coming up, and actually it kind of works pretty well. I'm pretty impressed, at least. Not bad. All right, so now we get into the moments of truth. So we have a blue bulb and our purple bulb, and those tend to be our dimmer bulbs. They're better for bedrooms or place certain specific warmers that actually allow them to shine to their full potential. But if you just want a dim bulb and still warm things, these are better options. Let's see how they work in this particular warmer. So here's blue. And actually, that's a pretty nice glow. I'm impressed. Blue tends to perform pretty decently, but it does kind of like lean itself towards this nostalgic vibe. And you do see a lot of blue. Like I have a chandelier above me that's blaring down. We have like the windows open, and you can still pretty easily see the blue tone from this. So that's pretty impressive, because a lot of times the blue gets a significantly dimmer sort of display. All right, let's take a look at our purple bulb, because we can't forget about him. All right, last little one here, and then we'll talk a little bit about the fragrance, which I actually enjoy, but it's very similar to something that we've had before. So here's the purple bulb. Yeah, you don't see much of that. Let me see. Ziggy, turn off the chandelier. Let's see if that helps. Not really. It's very dim. If I turn off the ring light, see, you still can barely see. Like, it's just barely like a hint of purple in there. So this would be good if you don't want any lighting on your warmer, or if you want to make sure that you can appreciate it in like a bedroom when you're sleeping and it won't disturb you. Definitely go for the purple bulb. Ziggy, turn on chandelier. But it, again, is a little bit like, you're not going to get a glow out of this one in the same sense as the other ones. Okay? All right, so that is the warmer. It is available now all through this month for the lovely discounted price of $58.50 US. After January, if there are any remaining, it will go up to $65, I believe. Yeah, $65 US. Okay, so very nice warmer. Very impressed with it. One couple little notes that I'm noticing as I've kind of like displayed it with there's different bulbs. The metal work, it has a lot of fine details on edging. So for like example, like what's his name's nose, Goofy, and like Pluto's ears, they're all kind of intricate cutouts. So while it isn't glass and it's not super flimsy, just be mindful as you're handling this or pulling it out of the packaging that you don't damage or break off some of the little metalwork pieces, or like with the chipmunks here. It's not likely, but if you're just kind of like manhandling it or kind of roughly pulling it out of the packaging, you might bend or damage something. So just be careful with that. All right. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that because the actual glass has like a wrap, if you will, on it for the picture, there is kind of a not super noticeable. It's a little bit more noticeable when it's on, but there's a seam where like the two images split in the back. That is best put and aligned with this back sort of black metal piece. It's not going to bother like ultimately if you shift it up because you want to change the direction of the pictures, but just something to be mindful of. That's part of the kind of probably why they put that little beam in there for support, not only just for the design, but to kind of conceal that stitching there. Okay, so that's the only big things, and they're not really big things at all. They're just kind of like little tiny observations. Unless you really looked close, you probably wouldn't notice, but just be aware of that as you are playing with your warmer. All right, let's talk about our scent though. So the scent of the month is called Pineapple Rose, and this is described as the sweetest golden pineapple plays with zesty Meyer lemon and a soft hint of blush rose. It's in the fruity category, and it says that we have top notes of golden pineapple, mid note is Meyer lemon, and base note is blush rose. So there's very few overall scent notes in this compared to some of our other ones that have like 17 billion things going on, which is, I like the complex ones. Don't get me wrong, I find them more interesting overall, but every now and then something simpler is kind of nice. So it's a yellow wax. All right, so when I first warmed this, it's kind of a mild scent. I do get the pineapple. I do get a lemony scent, and it kind of mutes the pineapple, which tends to be more of a cutting sort of note. And I think because they used a golden pineapple, it's a more sweet pineapple anyway. And I do get that rose note, that blush rose. So there's a couple things that this reminds me of. I do like it. It might go in my club, actually. So let's talk a little about this. If you like Cozy Cardigan, from our current fall-winter catalog, I love that scent. That's like one of my ride or die scents. That has a hint of blush rose or blush suede rose in there as well. So it has a similar undertone to Cozy Cardigan. So that gives that sort of like subtle, slightly romantic, slightly perfumey, sort of cozy note to this. It's not overtly like Cozy Cardigan, but it gives nods to that undertone that it has. And I like that. And I'm not a big rose person in general. So when it's a more subtle, soft, muted rose, sign me up for that. All right, so I like that part of it. The lemon note, it's not a bright lemon. So even though it says Meyer lemon, this is not squeeze the day. This is not lemon sorbet. This is not luscious lemon. This isn't lemon squeeze your pucker your lips and go, like, it's not that. It's almost a sort of muted, fresh lemon. So when I think of like Meyer lemon, like there's a bar that I have from a different brand that's like Meyer lemon and basil. It's not like hit you in the face lemon. It's not lemon floor cleaner. It's not lemon pine sol. It's just this kind of like clears the air, almost like odor eliminating quasi sort of property, and just a clean, light, fresh scent. So you do get that, and that offsets the golden pineapple note, which tends to be a riper, juicier sort of tone. So this is almost as much as it's a fruity category one, I would say it's like fruity, but romantic fruity, rather than like a fresh bundle of fruits that you're gonna get at farmer's market. Okay? The other thing I want to point out to this is that when I first started warming this, and it performs well. It's like a medium performer. I wouldn't say it's a strong performer by any means. It's not going to knock your socks off. But I have 2 cubes warming in this room, and it's doing a nice job of filling the room, but not overwhelming the room whatsoever. I would say even maybe medium soft. However, what I will notice is the other thing is when it started warming, it reminds me of I think it was July or June? It was a scent of the month a year or 2 back called Welcome Summer. If you are familiar with that, that was a scent monster that like will knock your house off, knock your doors down, knock your brick walls down, and then knock your neighbor's house down. Like rose and pineapple and floral and like a sheer woods note underneath that was more like a burnt by the end of it. It was really good. Like it sounds like, oh my gosh, that sounds terrifying. It's like the Blob coming to get me, but fragrance. It was really good. I have it in my club. I love it. I have a couple bars left. But it's very strong. Like a little dab will do you. Like a cube will like smash you out of your house. This is very similar, and it gives me similar vibes, but because it's Meyer lemon in there, it's a soft, muted scent. Because there's blush rose instead of just like straight up fresh roses and whatever else and dewy, whatever, this is a very muted, like very muted version of Welcome Summer. And you don't get like the woody tones to Welcome Summer, which kind of gave it a little bit of like a hint of a burnt, like slightly burnt note on the end tone when it was like mellowing out like with the bass notes. You don't get that here. This is a very just soft, pleasant scent. This would work really nice in just about any room, I would guess. Like I could see this as a bathroom scent. I could see this as a kitchen scent. I could see this as a living room common area scent. I could see this in a bedroom. It just works really nicely, and it's not overwhelmingly strong, and that's good because rose can be very strong, lemon can be very strong and pungent, and pineapple can be pretty strong and also a little bitter, surprisingly. So the fact that it kind of marries these 3 in a very harmonious way, I'm very impressed with. Now, it is definitely on the fruitier side, like I said earlier, but it is tempered with that sort of like slightly cozy romantic note. And there's almost a hint of freshness from it and I think that's the Meyer lemon really kind of kicking in and kind of balancing the floral fruity qualities to this. But it works well. Now I can't speak to longevity because I just started warming it like a little bit before this video just so I could get it in the air and kind of give you feedback on it. But I really enjoy it. And it's nice and in the room, and you know there's a scent in the room, but you don't feel that you're going to be like smacked in the face or sick of it by the end of it. Now, if you don't like pineapple, this is not a heavily pineapple-y scent, but it is there, especially because there's only really 3 main tones to this scent. So if you are not a pineapple person, might not mind this, but it may not be your favorite. If you're not a rose person, but you like cozy cardigan like me, you'll probably enjoy this one. It's a little bit more pronounced rose than say cozy cardigan is. That's a little bit more tempered by like the like fabric-y quality of that scent, but it's not unbearable. It doesn't make me think of like Simply Rose where I just want to like strangle myself because there's so much rose in the house. And then if you like lemon scents, this isn't really a true lemon scent. I think the lemon is, again, more to temper out the other 2, so it's not overtly pineapple and not overly rose. So it's like you have them split among the different top, mid, base notes in such a way that the bread and butter of this scent is that Meyer lemon, so that you get bursts of fruit and bursts of that like floral, but it's tempered with like just a clean, nice scent in the middle. I really like this. I'm thoroughly impressed, and this, honestly, as much as I love Welcome Summer, sometimes it's just like, oh my god, there's so much of it. There's a good chance that this may replace Welcome Summer in my club. So we'll see. We'll see how it performs today. But let me know if you've tried this. Let me know if you've gotten the warmer. What are your thoughts on it? How do you feel about the scent? Did it throw well for you? Did you hate it? Did you love it? tell me in the comments below. I would love to always hear everyone's different reactions to this. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this video was very helpful and informative. I did finally get my bring back my bars minus cranberry muffin, because when I ordered them, that was one that was like having some sort of quality issue, but I wasn't gonna buy just one bar by itself later to come and get it. So maybe next time I get an order, I'll throw one in. But we will be reviewing the cold sniffs of those soon, and then the warm sniffs as soon as I can get them cranked out. All right, thank you all for being here, and it was wonderful chatting with you all, and I will see you all in our next video. Take care, guys. Bye.